18th, 2020, and this is the Hermetic Hour. I'm your host, Poke Runyon, and tonight we broadcast live the 46th consecutive annual performance of the Order of the Temple of Astarte's Summer Solstice Adonia celebration. Based on the ancient Canaanite Rashomra tablets, the drama depicts the death of the Year King, Prince Baal, at the hands of the Dark Lord Mot. On the longest, brightest day of the year, after he has joyously served the dew of heaven to the celebrants in a golden goblet that would be remembered as the Holy Grail. He is mourned by his consort, the goddess Astarte, who promises to resurrect Baal and vanquish Mot in the Festival of Seven Gates at autumn equinox. This is the second time we have had to perform one of our seasonal rites on the radio, rather than in our sacred henge at Rivendell, but we urge you to view our video version of this event in the Rites of Magic on YouTube. And with that, let us begin the ceremony. But first, let me make sure the cast is all present. The cast is, the Odos, the Bard, is very honored Frater Memnonides, the Master Philos. Are you there, Master Philos?
Present.
Oh, good. And
Master
Lord
Fabian.
the Priest, Lord of the Vines, the priest is very honored Frater Sithmeth. Are you there, Lord of the Vines?
I'm here.
Oh, good. And the deacon, who performs the pentagram rituals, and is also your narrator, myself, Frater Thabion. And then we have Prince Baal, the Year King, or the Green Man. That's played tonight by very honored Frater Hephaestus. Are you with us, Frater Hephaestus?
I'm here. Happy to be here with you.
Oh, excellent. And you are vanquished by Mot, the Lord of Darkness, God of Sterility and Death, the Grim Reaper. And that's played by very honored Frater Solomon. Are you here? Are you with us, very honored Frater Solomon?
I am here. Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. And Lady of the Field, the priestess, that is played by very honored Soror Elavel. Are you with us, Soror Elavel?
I am. Can you hear me?
Oh, excellent. And
Good.
Astarte, the Earth Goddess and the wife of Baal, is played by very honored Soror Elizabeth. Are you with us, Soror Elizabeth?
I am here.
Oh, excellent. And the attendants to Baal and Astarte with the drum and the tambourine, of course, will be played by myself. I'm doing the sound effects, and our producer and our engineer is very honored Soror Zandria. And with everyone introduced here, when we're all standing by, we shall begin from the book, Seasonal Ceremonies of Baal and Astarte. Now, the henge of 8 menhirs set in either 12, 14, 16, or 18-foot diameter circle, each menhir is erected in a planetary progression diasyl, and the solar-lunar menhir axis is laid on an east-west azimuth line. And in the center is the altar, on which is a brazier and a fire laid, ready to start. On the altar is also placed a bell, a fire wand, and an air dagger, an incense burner with lighted charcoal, and an incense boat containing frankincense and myrrh. On the southern menhir there is a sheaf of wheat in a stock, and on the eastern menhir there hangs a sword. And on the stage west there can be a bench, optional, to be moved into the henge as Baal's bier. And also there is a shroud. The celebrants are gathered in the place of assembly, east of the henge. And usually at Rivendell, that's across the river, across the bridge. And the Odos who reads the prologue by candlelight or torchlight before the procession to the henge. And Odos, would you read the prologue?
I certainly shall. Adonia, the festival of summer solstice. The drama depicts the death of the Year King at the hand of the Dark Lord, opening the season of heat and dryness on the southern quadrant of the magical circle, which is ruled by the principle of fire and the philosophical element of sulfur, symbolizing calcination, the first of four primal operations of alchemy, accomplishing the purification of the spirit through sacrifice. Now hearken unto the myth of the sacred year. It was written in the dawn of the age of Aries, in the years when Melchizedek was priest-king in Salem, a tale older than the walls of Jericho, of how Prince Baal, having conquered Loton, the dragon of chaos and winter season, did free the sun to climb the heavens once more. And when the golden orb had risen to the ecliptic at vernal equinox, he took the fair Astarte to wife, and the earth did bloom with the promise of spring. With the coming of the summer solstice, when the blazing torch of the gods rides highest in the heavens, and the fruit ripens on the vine, Prince Baal is at the zenith of his power. Like the gentle rain and warming sun that covers the hills with green, the Prince of Earth brings heaven's blessing, a golden seminal sacrament of life to the celebrants of his ancient rites, such as the mystery of the Holy Grail. For the star-born creator is not filled with the wine of blood and death, but with the nectar of life, like unto the straw of the solarium, symbolized by the golden honey mead in the great chalice of the solstices. For it was written on the tablet of Ugarit that Father El gave unto Baal Cloud Rider a holy cup, which the prince took in both his hands, a goblet to all mortal men, and after drinking therefrom, he rose and sang a song to his daughters, the holy maidens of morning dew and dawning light. But the dark Lord Moat, bringer of death, who rules the gloomy desert beyond the gates of the sunset and the caverns beneath the mountains of darkness, heard of the great honors and gifts bestowed upon his brother, Prince Baal, and how the Cloud Rider did shower his Lagos with the land upon the land of Canaan. The Dark Lord demanded tribute of Baal in his pride refused. And so Moat turned the searing heat of the sun, the torch of the gods, against his fortunate and generous brother, scorching the land with drought and drying the rivers and withering the vines. Then did Moat cut down the green man Prince Baal himself at the height of his reign with the sickle of reaping. And the people, they mourned and cried lamentations, even to the heights of Mount Zaphon, where Father El held court. Even the king of the gods did mourn the passing of Baal with a great cry of anguish that shook the vaults of heaven. Fair Astarte, eternal daughter of El, the compassionate and mother Ashereth of the sea, she who was wife to Baal Cloud Rider, then did herself to earth descend to weep for the fallen prince and comfort the people with her promise to vanquish the Lord, the dismal Lord of darkness, restoring the green man to life in the season of return by the grace of all Father and all Mother through the alchemical mystery of the sacred year. And so it was. So it is, and so shall it be.
The celebrants are assembled beyond the henge, arranged in single file, males alternating with females, and with OTA members dispersed evenly throughout. Lord of the Vines is at the head of the line, with Lady of the Field at the end. All hold hands in the Greek key grip, facing in a direction which will allow them to process to the henge and circle it clockwise, DSL, while facing inward toward the central altar. Field and Vine, or the Odos, will recite the entrance chant. In this case, I will as the deacon, and the stanzas. And in between each stanza, the celebrants repeat the chorus. Now, we tried to do this in unison the last time, and it did not work out very well. So I'm going to have to go ahead and just do the entrance chant and also the chorus, and you can imagine what it would be like if we had about 30 people all doing this. And the entrance chant is, "Come and dance the circle round, the sun is high again. Hail the green man's yearly gift, ripening the grain." And then the chorus from everybody. Baal Safan, Baal Hadad, Baal Safan, Baal Hadad, Baal Safan, Baal Hadad. Lead us to the sacred ground, the summer has begun. Call the year king with his grail to serve us everyone. Baal Safan, Baal Hadad, Baal Safan, Baal Hadad, Baal Safan, Baal Hadad. Wind the circle round the henge in the solstice rite. Sing the hymn of olden time, praise the Lord of light. Baal Safan, Baal Hadad, Baal Safan, Baal Hadad, Baal Safan, Baal Hadad. The chant is continued until the henge is surrounded. When the celebrants are in a tight circle around the menhirs, Field and Vine enter via the gate of men in the west. Field circles Deasil and takes her position in the west of the altar, facing east. Vine stands to the east, facing west. Vine rings the bell. The Odos, or a singer, enters and stands to the north of the altar, facing south, and recites the Orphic hymn, and this will also be done by Frater Maimonides Theodos. So would you give us the Orphic hymn, please, Frater?
Certainly. O youth of many names, receive our praise. To you, O best beloved, we sing our lays. In wilderness in many forms you roam. O wanderer, no fixed place is your home. Female and male, all charming to the sight. Adonis, ever flourishing and bright. Of constant place disposed to set and rise. With splendid lamp the glories of our skies. Rejoice with laughter, reverenced with tears. Your yearly death mankind and nature fears. O flower of love, through secret bliss divine, of Pluto's queen, infernal Proserpine. Though you the depths of Taurus must sound, yet shine again through heaven's illustrious round, with beauty's temporal orb restored to sight, and with earth's fruits and summer's flames delight.
Thank you, Frater. This is adapted from Taylor's translation by Frater Johannes. This is essentially a 2,000-year-old pagan scripture. Now, Field rings the bell, and the deacon enters and moves to the eastern menhir and draws the sword. The deacon then performs the invoking pentagram ritual in ancient pagan form. Atta malkut vegivuda vegidula leolam amen. And he does an invoking pentagram in the east, vibrating Amashau. And then he goes to the south and does another invoking pentagram. Adonai. And then he goes to the west and does another invoking pentagram in the west. And then to the north and does another invoking pentagram. And these are to be visualized in vivid bright green. Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai. And then he goes back to the east and spreads his arms out in the form of a cross. Before me, Raphael. Behind me, Gabriel. At my right hand, Michael. At my left hand, Uriel. For around me flame the pentagrams, and within me shines the six-rayed star. Ata Malkut Vegivura Vegadula Leolam. Amen. And he sheaths the sword and exits, and Lord of the Vines takes up and ignites and elevates the fire wand, and says,
by the alchemy of calcination, darkness, fear, and woe begone, we light this fire of purification in the mystical names of Sol, Om, On.
While Vine intones the three-part name, he traces a triangle point downward in the air over the brazier, and then he lights the prepared fire therein. Field, Lady of the Field, then circles the henge deicil and rings the bell. At each quadrant, as she says,
this holy henge of cycling seasons, mighty millstone of the year, marks the longest day of summer, and the golden sun we now revere.
Field returns to the west side of the altar, and the priest and priestess face each other with fingers touching in the triangle sign, elevating their hands. And this is one of these unison things which we better do separately. Vine says, and then Field repeats. Vines.
Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai. This circle is consecrated to the gods on high.
And Field, will you repeat that?
Ata Gibor Leolam Adonai. The circle is consecrated to the gods on high.
Thank you. Lord of the Vine serves incense and then turns eastward, elevating his dagger and incense boat as he invokes Baal.
Yearly king of fruitful furrows, dripping clouds so leaden gray, tree-born lord in leafy raiment, sired by golden solar ray. Thee we hail with scent of myrrh in old Sinda's sacred way. Come to us from far Apaka's spring and shine and sacred tree, where rose bloom of lofty cedars and a crimson river seeks the sea. Come ye forth, Lord Baal, the year king, rain cloud rider, prince of earth. Pour for us the dew of heaven, holy Dra of life and birth.
A trumpet sounds in the east. I apologize for that. That's the trumpet in the east. Okay. Baal and his attendants, beating the drum, enter from that direction and process around the henge, deicil, to take their position outside the circle in the east, facing westward toward the altar. There should be 2 outdoor torches placed in this position, and the measured drumbeat continues until Baal reaches his station. Well, let's give a drumbeat.
Al-Hadad, Amalek, Baal-Hadad, Amalek, Baal-Hadad, Amalek.
Behold, the golden dew of heaven, born of thunderclouds on high. Drink with me this life elixir. Dance ye round till the cup be dry.
Baal fills the cup at his station. Field and vine exit the henge and join hands with the celebrants on either side of the henge gate. They make way as Baal enters the henge. He circles the altar, eyeing the celebrants, and finally he says, Baal says,
Who drinks with me?
We drink with thee.
We do it three.
Field and vine start the circle moving, Deosil. And Baal says again,
Who drinks with me?
We drink with thee.
We drink with thee.
We drink with thee.
Who drinks with me? Who drinks with me?
We drink with thee.
We drink with thee.
The celebrant stopped. Baal serves the celebrant directly in front of him, and another to the side. If the crowd, well, I said if the crowd is over 50. We haven't had a crowd over 50 in quite a while. Field and vine chant, Baal-Hadad, Amalek, Baal-Hadad, Amalek, while the celebrant drinks. And then they start the celebrants moving again and lead them in the circle chant. And I'm going to have to do this one. Let's don't try to do it in unison. Round and round the circle goes while the sacred river flows. Round and round the king we hail till we've drained the holy grail. And Baal says,
Who drinks with me?
We drink with thee.
We drink with thee.
We drink with
And on until the cup is empty. At which point Baal sadly turns the grail upside down. And an ominous, measured drumbeat is heard from offstage north.
Who dares to roll the drum of battle?
Wait a minute, I haven't rolled the drum of battle yet.
Oh, well.
Let me roll it. All right, the drum of battle has been rolled. Go ahead.
Who dares to roll the drum of battle? And who comes upon me from the north? Who marches on me from the darkness? I, Prince Baal, do call thee forth.
Enter Moat with a sinister laugh carrying his sickle.
Thy royal brother, Prince of ruin, death, and gloom. Thou hast lived thy fruitful season. Now 'tis time to seek thy tomb.
The drumbeat intensifies. All right. I'm kind of a one-man band here. Let me see. Moat circles Widdershins with his sickle, advancing toward Baal, who has taken his sheaf of wheat from the southern men here, holding it as a weapon. Moat slices off the top of the sheaf, and Baal staggers as if wounded. Moat circles and attacks again. Baal appears mortally wounded. With the third and final slice, Baal sinks in the south to the earth and lies dead. Moat stands over him, and the drums stop. And then Moat says,
He who mounts the clouds has fallen. He who brought the rain has died. Now the crops will parch and wither. Rivers, streams, and wells be dried. I have laid my curse upon thee. Drought and famine evermore. Death and rot and dissolution. That is all thou hast in store.
With another laugh, Moat exits. Vine and the acolytes enter with the bier. They elevate Baal, they cover him with the shroud, and they quietly exit. Now, Vine may enter alone and cover Baal with the shroud if possible, whatever. Field enters the henge and kneels over Baal, that's the lady of the field, making certain he is dead. She rises and stands with her head bowed in mourning, and Field says,
Alas, alas, Prince Baal has fallen. The curse of Moat is upon the land. Call we now on fair Astarte. Only she can stay his hand. Queen of heaven, fair Astarte, mistress of the evening star, wave-born goddess, dove of morning, hear us. Raise the land with milk and honey. Save the seedlings in the earth. Give us hope for all the future. Grant us life and love and birth.
Gong sounds. Astarte, preceded by her attendants, enters from the east to a slow tambourine beat.
Astarte enters carrying the bowl of water and a basket of rose petals, which she places on the altar. Field kneels and makes the adoration sign, and Field says,
Aimaha Malka.
Field exits. Astarte moves to Baal, kneeling to mourn him for a few seconds. Then she rises, addressing the celebrants. Astarte says,
I have heard thy call, my children, but alas, ye cry too late. Here I weep in mourning with you at my lover's yearly fate. With him goes the bloom of springtime. With him passed the gentle rain. He alone could fruit the hillside. He alone could green the plain. Yet I am the Queen Eternal, star-born daughter of great El. Seedlings slumber, yearlings prosper under my protected spell. In the autumn I do pledge you, war to make the dark Lord yield. I'm with stock and stone to grind him. I shall cast Moat to the field, bearing with me heaven's nectar. I shall raise dead Prince Baal, reign again in winter season with the waxing rays of soul. Come ye now and mourn him with me. Burn away the blood-born rose. Purify the soul. Shed the tears of she who knows.
Field leads the celebrants through the henge to pass between Astarte and the fallen Baal. Each takes a rose petal from her basket and places it in the brazier on the altar, and then dips his or her fingers into Astarte's bowl to circle widdershins and sprinkle water on Baal. Each passes out of the henge gate and returns to the circle. At the altar, Astarte instructs each celebrant in a sotto voce. Astarte.
Each rose is the blood of the year king, burning, and thy sorrows be forgot. These waters are the tears of the goddess. Shed them, and thy sadness shall pass. Each rose is the blood of the year king. Burn it, and thy sorrows be forgot. These waters are the tears of the goddess. Shed them, and thy sadness shall pass. Each rose is the blood of the year king. Burn it, and thy sorrows be forgot. These waters are the tears of the goddess. Shed them, and thy sadness shall pass.
When all the mourners have paid their respects, field and vine will lead them around the henge again and back to the hermitage or the encampment with the exit chant. Hail the longest, brightest day, mourn the passing rain. Hail the ever-living queen, mourn the year-king slain. Hoy-a-hee, hoy-a-don, hoy-a-hee, hoy-a-don, hoy-a-hee, hoy-a-don. Trust the goddess to return, bringing down the grail. She will bear the cup of life, death will not prevail. Hoy-a-hee, hoy-a-don, hoy-a-hee, hoy-a-don. The green man's lying down below, our fields are parched and dry. In autumn time he'll rise again when thunder rolls on high. Hoy-a-hee, hoy-a-don, hoy-a-hee, hoy-a-don. Vine or the deacon will return to perform the banishing pentagram ritual, and all the celebrants have proceeded into the hermitage for the feast. And by the way, Hoya-hee, Hoya-don is that is Aramaic, and it means, alas, my brother, alas, my lord. So, I'll go back and do the closing pentagram. Draw the sword, from the menhir, as before, and do an invoking, a banishing pentagram, this time to the east. Amashau. And then I go to the south. Adon. And then another pentagram to the west. Heya. And then another pentagram to the north. Atagi Borleolam Adonai. And then in the east, facing the east. Before us, Raphael. Behind us, Gabriel. At our right hand, Michael. At our left hand, Oriel. For around us flame the pentagrams, and within us shines the six-rayed star. Atah Malkut Vegivura Vegadula Leolam. Amen. And that concludes the ceremony. Next week, we'll probably do a rebroadcast of an earlier. I don't know quite what it's going to be yet, but it'll certainly be interesting. And I want to thank everybody, Sir Elavel and Freder Sifmeth and Freder Memnonides and
You're welcome.
Freder Memnonides, would you like to say a few words? We usually, after the ceremony, we have a potluck feast ordinarily. We can't do that either, with this lockdown situation. But and then we sometimes have a bardic circle, and everybody has a chance to perform something, do a poem or whatever. We still have quite a bit of time left in the hour here, so would you like to give us something that would?
Give me a moment to pull something up here, and I'll have it for you in just a moment.
Okay. Meanwhile, Sir Elavel, would you like to do something impromptu or whatever?
Yes, I would. There's something really interesting astrologically going on. That this year we have an eclipse right close to the solstice, and when that occurs, some really strange things could happen. So, it could be either really good or it might be really bad. It's just a really interesting celestial time right now. Just to be aware of it, look at it, but maybe look it up.
Well, is it going to hit right on? Is it going to hit right on Saturday night? Because this coming Saturday is
one day off. It's one day
off.
Yeah, and the last time this happened, some really crazy stuff went on in the world too. And I was trying to get to the article and read it to you. My email's not opening. I don't know how much more time you want to spend on it. It's just that I thought it was really, really interesting that the solstice was happening right close to an eclipse.
Yeah. Well, I think I forgot to do the gong tonight. and I have the gong sitting here, and I've been looking at it. No, did I forget to do it? Yeah, I think I
you
forgot
heard
to
the
do
bell.
it.
I heard a bell, but not a
So
gong.
let's, for heaven's sake, let me do the gong. Can everybody hear that?
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, good. Okay, we've done the gong. I think I had it highlighted in the book, but I think in confusion and whatever, trying to get all the sound effects, I think I forgot it. So now we got the gong. Fred or Memnonides, are you ready with your?
Yes,
your
I have something I'll share with the people listening. It is
Go
a
ahead.
meditation. Every season I post a meditation on my Facebook. This is a little different from what I will post on the summer solstice, but very similar. What I'll post will actually be in more of a poetic form, but I will read this other form presently. This is for the summer solstice. It follows what I had written for the springtime, the vernal equinox, so they are kind of sequential as they go along. Here we go. Far from a story's end, I say, the sun will reappear and loosen the final vapors from the rigid stones, free the dripping crystals overhead, and weave the earthly fabric with a nest of thread. 3 seasons have yet to pass ere my work be done. Come, therefore, my children, ye who have joined with me in the springtime chorus, and open your ears for the modulations to the summer's ode. Come with me if you've labored for a time, and seek your respite from the yoke. The ground is parched, and its beauty hath shifted to the skies. Naught else hath bellowed from the feathered breast, but that which praises glory for the glow on high. The blooms we hitherto adored are now but few, and most have yielded to the fervency so vast. Yet, my children, have no care for the heat of day, for not far from this place, where we've laid our tools for an hour's rest, I know a spot where a rose doth linger yet. There it waiteth to perform its vivid art. Come, therefore, give your wearied hands reprieve, and let me lead you to a tree beyond the crest, where beneath its shade are ruddy petals still so tightly wrapped. Name your seats, enjoy the welcomed unexpected breeze. The scent hath modified the air to please the birds which cluster there. Hearken to their descant, to a song untold, and see the colorful leaves unfold. See their upward reach to gather radiant beams that filter through the oak-fed leaves so bold. Alas, within this circle we have formed, the heart of nature will have transformed. Feel the pulse and heavenly beat that send their rhythms to our feet, that fill our veins with God-sent streams within this theater of celestial dreams. Not else will speak so clearly the mysteries of old, but aught of a distant shadow that suddenly appeared. Listen to the mirthful song from feathered friends abounding, and aeolian strains from a phantom flame resounding. See it bow before its final chord, this blessed rose, this sacrificial Lord. Place your prayers upon the petals lately fallen, and with their unarmed scent ascending into the hands of God, they're truly protected.
And so mote it be.
Yes.
Thank you. Fred or Smith, do you have something that you might want to do?
Only to congratulate everyone on a fantastic performance. These ceremonies are truly wonderful. Many great memories I've had attending and being a part of these ceremonies. The fellowship and the enjoyment of the ceremonies continues long before and long afterwards. And each one of the ceremonies breaks up the year into little, obviously 4 partitions. But in a way, it's almost like each year is kind of like 4 little years, all broken up by 4 little Christmases, which happen every 3 months. And it's one of the most enjoyable things for me is to be able to attend and be a part of these ceremonies. And I hope that a lot more people get the opportunity and the enjoyment to enjoy it much like I have.
What you're saying is just about what. That's not word for word like Joseph Campbell, but it's very close, because Joseph Campbell, the anthropologist who George Lucas leaned on so much, Joseph Campbell pointed out that the ancient pagans, lived their lives by these seasonal ceremonies, and this gave them a kind of a continuity, and it's something that they lost when they moved into the cities. And this is one of the reasons why Gnosticism got started, is because they gave this up, and then they went into the cities, and they felt so miserable that they took their seasonal ceremonies and they translated them into the Gnostic religion, which was a great deal more transcendental than this is. But Campbell has some wonderful insights on these ancient pagan ceremonies and the continuity that they give. And my experience has been that I can't even remember. I remember them sort of as a whole. This one that we just did. This was the 46th consecutive time we've been doing them. We've been doing them every year, 4 of them a year, ever since 1974. And this is the 46th one, and the 46th Adonia. And this was the first one we ever did, was Adonia. And that Hoya he, Hoya Don, that's what that means. Alas, my brother, alas, my Lord. That's what that comes from. And by the way, this owes naturally they're extrapolated from the Rosh Hashanah tablets, but they also owe something to Fraser's golden bough, and you'll find the seasonal ceremony, the Adonia, outlined in there. Anyway, Sister Elizabeth, are you still with us?
Yes, I am.
Oh yeah. Do you have anything you might want to recite or share with us?
Let's see. Okay, so I would like to just say an ad-lib incantation. And so I was using my drum. Great, great goddess Astarte, beautiful star-born daughter of great El, we thank you so much for your descent from your emerald chamber and for your promise to resurrect Prince Baal during the winter season. We thank you for your promise of making the earth green, all the earth to flourish and prosper. We thank you for your love and your compassion and your beauty. And we thank you for your life. Via Shiali, so maybe.
That's very sweet, and thank you. Yeah, Frater Solomon, are you still on board?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Do you have anything you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, what I can do is I can read the first verses of Genesis translated into Enochian up to the point that the plants are created, which I think would be appropriate to stop there.
You gonna do it in Enochian language,
yeah.
or
yeah.
That go ahead. Go ahead. That ought to raise some people's eyebrows.
All right, here we go. Akroadzi kaon yad madriak od keoska. Od keoska zero tohu od bohu od orsmerk adoyan tahom. Odos odonugoni yad zakar merk adoyan zodinva. Od go he yad, Christios olpirt, od nostua olpirt. Od uranan yad olpirt des ascha, od pliab yad ben olpirt od ben ors. Od yad olpirt baskim, od ors dosig, od nostua arv, od nostua boker el baskim. Od go he yad. Christios pilizin otwas odinva. Christios ir boil in zodinva odben zodinva. Od onyad pilizin od boil ben zodinva des oroch. Pilizin od ben zodinva des vors pilizin od nostoa kors. Od yad pilizin madriax. Od nastua arba, od nastua boker vayu bastian. Od gohiad Christios odinva roch, madriax eldon elpai. Od Christios zamran yabasha, od nostua kurs. Od yad yabasha keoska, od aldis odinva yama. Od ranab yad disascha. Od gohiad Christios keoska yolki desha oseb mazriel zro od pri ose pri des mina des zro bumerk keoska od nostoa kurs. Od tutsa keoska desha oseb mazriel zro des mina od ose pri des zro des mina od uranan yad des ascha. Od nostua arb, od nostua boker, the baskim, and that's that is the end of the third day, where that leads up to the end of the third day where the plants were created.
That is really outstanding. And by the way, for you Enochian lovers out there, you can see Frater Solomon. As Samyaza with his third eye and his horns, reading, reciting Enochian in our film Beyond Lemuria. And be sure to get the second edition, because the second edition has Sister Elizabeth on the cover, and you don't and that, and then once you open it up, you find out that Frater Solomon is right underneath her, the regular cover, with his third eye looking at you over the top of Mount Shasta, and that's you can get that on Amazon. That's Beyond Lemuria Second Edition DVD. And I guarantee you, that's an entertaining film, and you will get some Enochian. And thank you. Let's see. I guess we got everybody has a chance to say something. Does anybody like to add anything else before we go ahead and sign off?
I'm not sure we heard from Evan.
Oh, we haven't heard from Evan. Yeah. Well, wait. My gosh, we forgot Lord Baal and Frater Hephaestus. Yeah, Evan, do you have some?
Well, I'm dead anyway.
Yeah, let's have a ball.
Yeah. Hello. Hey. It's just great. Having this substitute way of getting together to do the seasonal ceremony. I go on these really long walks now. We're all spinning our quarantine in different ways. I think spinning your quarantine, translating the book of Genesis into Enochian is probably much more interesting than anything I'm doing. But as I go on these really long walks now, and it gets me outside more than I was before, to be honest. And so I look at the sun. And at night, I look at the stars, and I look at the way the plants have changed around me as I've been walking for about 8 weeks now. And, it does really connect to the larger seasonal cycle. And while one can get really worked up about, the various, big changes that are happening, and then the way those are reflected through, the media that we're consuming all the time that we can't keep ourselves away from, and so to look at the bigger cycles and to use the, sun, moon, and stars to connect ourselves to things that are really bigger and on a much bigger scale of time and space, which actually sort of exist outside of time and space. So this is a really great time to get together with you all, and I also want to mention that this is I believe this is my 9th year with the OTA. I started at Anadonia in I believe it was 2011. And also today it's a prime number for me. It's my 53rd birthday, so I'm delighted to spend it with you guys.
Oh well, we really enjoyed having you on board. You I might mention that Frater Festus is a very, very talented and world-renowned sculptor, and he is. He's unfortunately we can't have any art shows right now with all this social distancing, but some of Evan's sculptural have just left me breathless. I'm in awe of his work. Anyway, if I'm going to plug him, I ought to give his real name, but I'm not going to do that unless he wants me to. Anyway, whatever.
I'll make it
what?
very. I'll give it a little puzzle. You can find me at right now. I'm at Art Basel, which is not being held in Switzerland. It's being held on the internet. But you can find me through David Kordansky Gallery. Go to the Art Basel section, which is up for about a few more days, and look for a piece called Mauve, like the color, and that'll clue you in. So.
Oh, that's great. Anyway, the solstice that we just celebrated actually happens this Saturday, and on the 20th. That is summer solstice, and I am going to go out into that poor old henge that we can't use and haven't been able to use for a couple of ceremonies now. I'm going to go out in that henge, and I'm going to have that great big grail, and I'm going to blow that silly horn. I'm going to try to find a good horn. That I had to use that old Spanish pot metal hunting horn, and it sounds terrible, as you know. I apologize for it. Frater Menonides donated a wonderful ram's horn, and I hid it away somewhere to keep it away from the rats. We have rats in the temple, and the horn, of course, is organic, and they would have eaten it. So just like they ate our dervish drum one time, and they ate the hippo hide off the top of the dervish drum, but we took the belly of the dervish drum and made it into the cauldron for the 5th degree, so the rats didn't set us back too much on that. But I had hidden the ram's horn away to keep it from the rats, and now I can't find it, and so I had to try to blow that old Spanish thing, which it was terrible. But I will find it the next time we have to blow the horn.
If you don't, I'll bring another ram with me to sniff it out.
Yeah, I am going to go out in the henge Saturday evening, and I'm going to go out there with our big grail, and I'm going to blow that old horn, and then I'm going to drink the Oemelis, the honey and 151 rum that we usually drink on solstice, and I'm gonna pour the leavings in the west as we do. So at least I will have drunk sacred drink for everybody that we reenacted tonight. But I'm going to do it right on the solstice. So when Baal says who drinks with me, I'm going to drink with him, and at least I'll do that. So that will be the physical link for the ceremony we did tonight. And okay, thank you so much, everybody. And it was a real good performance, and I encourage all of our listeners and you guys too, go on YouTube and access Rites of Magic, and we did the whole Adonia on film, and it's beautiful, by the way. And we bring the lights in over the bridge, the little tea lights, and we float them in the brazen sea, and it's after dark and all. It's beautiful, and you get to see Brother Memnonides and myself and Sister Urania. And a lot of us, and I strongly recommend it, and especially then it'll make this sort of make this what you just heard tonight sort of relive it again. Anyway, next week we'll be back on probably with a repeat. Blessings of the season of the summer solstice and the summer season on all of you, and blessings of the goddess and the god, and see you next week, and meanwhile, good magic.
Night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good
night.
night.
Right.